Hello, how's everybody? Well, today we're talking about this art piece, quilt, and I'm gonna take it down. And thanks for joining me. You can help me out a little bit. And I'm also going to do. We're gonna talk about the next one, which is, believe it or not, it's gonna be on love. I have no idea. Anyways, let's take this down now. I have no idea how I'm gonna do it. It's just that I was thinking about the next one, and I know it can be I told you about how we came up with collage, and then we came up, and then I came up with collage, and then I came up with from collage, it kind of formed mentally into quilt, and I really enjoyed quilt. Um, it was the fastest one I've done, but I guess I'm gaining experience in doing it. And I don't think it was the fact that it's fast. I think it was the fact that I have a lot of experience in doing this. Whenever you do something that you care about and you do it carefully, you learn about how things go. Like I was telling you about the colors, I pretty much was careful about the colors. And I do remember the last one because I still have pieces on it. I talked about it yes, it must have been yesterday. Crystal clear. That was the last one, and I couldn't bring it up. But this one now is quilt, and I'm bringing it down, and then we're gonna have a discussion about the next one, which is love, which is really maybe it will be like the last one I was telling you about when I said it was gonna be collage, and then and then it changed into quilt. So maybe love is going to be the same way. When I do love, maybe it's going to turn into something else. So anyway, I'm taking these down. It was kind of fun doing this. I didn't think that I was gonna do it that fast. But like I said, I have experience. The things I caught on most to was when I did the paper. I cut each one. At first, I was like cutting one paper and then putting it up, and then cutting another paper and then putting it up. Then I said, well, why don't I just cut the whole paper and then balance it out through the whole art project. And that's the way I did. I said I come up with ideas as I keep continually doing these art projects, and it's a very good experience. I like to keep the things like I was telling you before. These things, like, because they're all cut and everything, it seems like I'll be able to use it. But if I don't use them sooner, I pretty much have to throw them away, because it's storage. You can't store all of this. But I stored crystal clear, and I haven't used it yet, but maybe I'll use it soon. If I don't use it soon, it goes into the garbage. Okay, because I can't keep too many of these. So anyway, talking about the one that's going to be next, and I hope you can hear me because I always think about what my friend told me. So the thing about it is that the next one is going to be on love, and it's kind of a weird. It's such a big subject because it could mean so many things. It could be nice, but it could be bad too. I don't know. All the songs I was singing, a lot of them are nice, but then there's, so many things that happen with love. So I don't know how I'm going to interpret that into the next one. Okay. This seems to be going pretty fast. If I can tell you something else about this one, I guess I wonder how many pieces. It has to be over 100 pieces here. So I guess I'm not going to have you stay the whole time. But I really wanted to talk about my next art piece, and maybe it will help me out, in finding the concept that I want to deal with as far as the next painting, as far as the next art project is concerned. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right around here. Thanks for helping me with that. And now we're gonna talk about this next art project, okay? Oh, like I said, the next one is gonna be on love. And maybe I could still be doing some. But what could I say? I mean, what could it be? Because to me, love is good, but it almost seems like it's bad too. I mean, because you get angry, you're happy, you're looking for someone. I mean, there's some people who are happy and they're married and they're together, but there's very few. I would go as far as to say maybe 20% of the people are actually happy. But then you have love with your parents and your brothers and sisters. And that's about 80% of the people are, they love their family members, about 80. So that's a bigger one. And then you have like relationships. I mean, relationships are like iffy. That's 50%. I mean, it could be good and it could be bad. And the thing that I think is the weirdest thing about love is that, and this is I'm getting ideas for my next art pro. Plus, it's an animar. The weirdest thing I think about love is that you can love someone, and then it's the weirdest thing. I always think about this. And you're together, and you go out to dinner, and you spend beautiful time together, and then you reach this place to where you don't want to see each other anymore. You talk really badly to each other. And that's the thing that really confuses me about love. I mean, I guess it could be information that you find out, or maybe the person is acting, I don't know. But like I said, that's a 50-50 chance, okay? And, but it's funny how you could love yourself. I mean, like, most people like to be with themselves. Some people like to be alone. Some people like to be with other people all the time. Can I say that they don't love themselves that much? I don't know. I don't think so. But you're never sick and, generally speaking, you're never sick and tired of being with yourself. So the only thing I was thinking is maybe we're all displaced. I mean, a lot of us are displaced. I mean, like, we get in a relationship, we never find the one that's for us. And these are the things I gotta think about, because I do take the art thing seriously. These art things seriously. YouTube, you can't really fake it on YouTube. I mean, like, you really gotta be real and you really gotta be honest, because people can see through it. Which reminds me, I remember when one star, I'm not gonna say the celebrity, but they know that you have to be like normal in the YouTube, because people can catch things. People are not stupid. And they wanted to put their head on the table, but they didn't want to mess up their hair. And that was so funny to me. And it's like, they don't think that we can see that they don't want to mess up their hair. But that made it funny. But anyway, back to the subject now. How in the world can I make a subject? Okay, like I was saying. Then I covered the point that, like, you could really love someone and then all of a sudden it just, I don't know, you get into something bad and then you have to be with that person. It's just like, where did this start? Maybe it doesn't have a good beginning in the beginning, but you say it's love, so it has to be some kind of love, you know what I mean? And then you got responsibility. I mean, you get into a relationship and it's just responsibility, and that's the only thing it really is. I mean, I've been in relationships where it was just responsibility. I mean, at first maybe I think from my standpoint is that I started relationships that I really didn't I really didn't believe in. I think that's the number one thing. And like at times there was relationships I had that I got into for, you know, just because it was a it it um it helped me and it helped the other person. It was like more like a business type relationship. So that's another thing, but that's not love. So I can't use those concepts. I can't say that because it's not love. But like, so I can't use. So I'm not going to use relationships where people don't really love each other. So that's out. So I don't have to put that in there. So I guess I can say maybe it's just 20%. 20% of the people that really love each other. You know, because like I said, I was in relationships where I really didn't love the person. So I can't say that that's love. So I can throw those out the window. So it can't be, you know, like that. So it has, so now 20%. So I can say 20%. We got the family. That's really nice. But I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about love. What I'm actually talking about, I guess, is the fantasy of love. You know what I mean? I guess that's what I'm really talking about. So I'm not going to talk about, okay, like, I'm not going to put artwork up. I mean, love can be dangerous. Can it be dangerous? I guess if it's unbalanced. Like for instance, if one person loves somebody and the other person like joins with you and they don't really love you as much as you love them, so that could be like a disjointed love. So that's something there. And then people break up for all different reasons. You could love the person and not break up with them. That's another thing. And then you can you could meet the person that you love and you know that you love them, but yet things are not right. Maybe they're not financially set, maybe they're not mature enough, and you don't want to go into circumstances, but you know that you love this person. I mean, that's the thing about it is, I mean, you can love someone and they can love you, but are you both ready? So that's another thing to think about love. So it's still, I hope it turns into something else, because an animar on love is really going to be difficult. So I said those things, but you know, I haven't, one thing when we're talking about this, I haven't talked about anything good. I mean, I haven't talked about, I mean, if I talk about like in the movies, I can tell you which love story I like the most. That's easy, you know what I mean? I mean, it's very easy, but I mean, like, look at Romeo and Juliet. I mean, that was the perfect love. Maybe, okay? And look what happened. So it seems like that in that aspect, love is, I guess, kind of dangerous. But I can say honestly that I love someone. I mean, I can't say it because I said I love so many people and it didn't work out. And I don't really, I can fall in love, but I'm not aggressive at all. I'm not aggressive at all. So that person will pretty much have to do all the work, because I'm just not aggressive as far as love is concerned. 0.0. However, I did meet someone that I know that I loved, and I told this, I mean, the person seems like they love me, but they're like hiding it or afraid. But I don't pressure the person because I'm not really aggressive. But the only aggressiveness I have is that I do tell my honest feelings about a person. I mean, if I love someone, I'll tell them that I really love them. And I'll tell them, you know, I don't really have too much like. I just get right into love. You know what I mean? But I don't pressure the person. Like what I'm going through now is I just wait and see if that person feels the same way. Although I know the person feels the same way, but they would have to be ready. So it's not just love, is you also have to be ready. You know, both people have to be ready. Or you don't have to be ready. I mean, if you're going to work together, it's funny because I think in the 70s and 80s, people worked together more. I mean, like when you found someone you liked, you really didn't like, I'm going to put this up a little bit. Now I switched it out. As you can see, I switched it into like. I mean, like, I'm talking about the 70s and 80s. The 70s and 80s, you like someone, you could like them, I don't know, you would meet this person. Mostly you meet in person, of course. There's something about meeting a person in person. Nowadays, you can find out some of the information about them, and he's saying, no way. But in the 80s, in the 70s and 80s, you would meet somebody, and I don't know what it was, but you just know. I mean, it worked about 80% of the time. And you would get together with the person, and you could pretty much, you wouldn't say like, where do you work? Or, I mean, you would say it, but it wasn't as important as nowadays. Or how much money do you have, or such and such. It just wasn't like that. You pretty much, worked with the person. You know what I mean? I mean, it was like, you pretty much work together. I don't know. It's like you formed something. You know what I mean? I mean, nowadays they have so much information about each person. So I was talking about like then. So maybe back then, I guess it was more like, and then you formed love. I mean, you would like somebody, and then it would turn into love. But it was just like, you know, it was like. And so maybe you have to like somebody first. So like is something else. I could put in something like that, but that's still difficult. But I still haven't come to the point about love. I mean, I know I'm not going to finish it I could finish it in this conversation. I mean, I'm not going to say I don't. I mean, I know love is in the Bible, but it's not so specific. I mean, I know God is love. That's what they say, God is love. So maybe in English, I think we got, and I know in English, we use the same word for so many things. I mean, we don't like, a lot of people don't realize it, but in English, and they don't teach you that in school either, we learn how to say things in multiple different ways. Like we can say, oh, yeah, I love you. Oh, yeah, I love you. Oh, I love you. We can say love in about 20, 25 different ways, Americans, okay? And whereas people in other languages, they have to say it in words, like they can't explain it. But excuse that, because I know in England they can explain things very well, okay? But let's not talk about American English. American English is like we learn to feel things out. We just don't use, although there's a lot of words, we go by the way you say things, you know what I mean? So maybe love is, like I said, I can honestly say we say love 25 different ways, you know? Maybe we say like, maybe it's like we say love and it's really like. So you know what I figured out while we were doing this? I can actually say it helped me actually finish this whole thing. But I can actually say it helped me because it's something that I really don't know. I mean, I can actually say I finished the whole thing, thank you very much. So I can actually say I did draw a conclusion here because I can say that love is something that we don't know. I don't know. I mean, like I told you, I was seeking this person. I can't say anything because it's not the person that has to say the things that I said or tell me that they feel the same way. So then again, it still is undetermined, you know. And there's one poem that I wrote, and it was like, okay, I never expressed it, and I'll express it here. It goes, but you can't go by because then it kind of demotes love. But I'll just tell you how I felt about it at that point in time when I made the poem. And I said, pain goes, let me see. Pain goes by so, ugh. Okay. Time goes by, how am I going to say time goes by so fast? It's something like time goes by so fast. Pain goes by so slowly. Love is just a story that you hope will last and last. Or else I can say pain goes by so fast. Or else I can say pain goes by so slowly. And how can I say? Pain goes by so slowly, time goes by so fast. Love is just a story that you hope will last. Okay? So pain goes by so, pain goes by so slowly. Pain goes by so slowly. Time goes by so fast. Love is just a story that you hope will last. Okay? I don't want to post it because, you know, it is kind of depressing. You know what I mean? Because it's not just a story. It's just, I mean, I guess. But I don't want to believe in that. I said it, but I don't want to believe in that. But the only thing I got from this talk with art on my next animar is that it's unknown. So if I continue it with love, like I said, it could shape into something else, but it seems to be unknown. Okay, so thanks for helping me out with that. I mean, you helped me out with taking the artwork down, and also you helped me out to go into a direction of this next animar art, which is going to be love. And so far, it's going to be on the aspect of not knowing what it is. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.